Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Robert Greene's Law 7 is one of those laws that sounds ruthless when you first hear it, but once you see it in real life you realise it's happening everywhere. The law is simple. Get other people to do the work, but make sure the credit lands with you. Now let me say that in a way that hits home. This law is about leverage. It's about understanding that one person can only do so much on their own, but the person who knows how to use other people's skill, time, knowledge and effort can move much faster than the person trying to do everything alone. That's the clean version. The dirty version's theft. And that's where people get this law twisted. Because there's a smart way to use Law 7 and there's a cheap way to use it. The smart way is leadership. The cheap way is using people and pretending that you built everything yourself. But both happen every day. That's why you need to understand the law. So if you use it wisely and also spot it when somebody's using it on you. Think about a building site. One man doesn't build the whole thing. One person lays a brick, another does the wiring, another does the plumbing, another handles the planning. But at the top, there's usually one name people remember: the developer, the owner, the one who brought the whole thing together. That person didn't swing a single hammer, but they still get the biggest credit because they organised the machine. That's Law 7. So bring that into your normal life. At work, the boss often gets praised for what the team has done. In music, the artist gets praised for a song that the writers, producers and engineers have wrote most of and done. In business, the face of the company gets the spotlight, while often the other people who did the other lifting behind the scenes get none. Politics is no different. The leader gives the speech, but somebody else wrote half of it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. This law's everywhere. So what's it really saying? Well, I'll tell you right now, it's saying this. If you want power, stop thinking like a worker only. Start thinking like an organiser. A worker asks, what can I do with my two hands? A person who's using Law 7 will ask, who can help me do this faster, better and bigger? That's the shift. And that matters because time's limited, energy's limited and attention is limited. If you try to do everything yourself, you cap your growth. You stay small, you stay tired and you stay busy but not powerful. Law 7 can make you dangerous in a good way if you use it with discipline. It can also make you hated if you use it like a parasite. So here's the difference. A good use of this law is knowing how to bring skilled people together, direct them well and turn many moving parts into a strong result. The bad use is let other people build everything and then treating them like they never mattered. That second path creates resentment fast. People are not stupid. They know when they're being used. So if you want to keep this law and use it well, you need respect, loyalty and reward built into it. Otherwise, the people doing the work will eventually turn on you, leave you, or stop giving you the best. That's the first lesson. Leverage is smart, disrespect is stupid. Let me tell you how to use this in a nice, clear way. First, know your lane. Know what you're best at. Maybe you're a speaker, maybe you're the closer, maybe you're the idea man. Maybe you're the one who can sell, lead, organise and bring energy. That's all fine. Then stop wasting half your life trying to become world class at everything around it. Get help where help is needed. If you're building a business and you're good at vision but weak at detail, bring in somebody sharp with detail. If you're great with people but weak with systems, bring in someone who can build the structure. If you're the creative one but not the editor, let somebody else tighten the work. That's not weakness, that's maturity. The second way to use this is to borrow wisdom. Because the law's not only about labour, it's about knowledge. You don't need to spend 10 years to learn every lesson from scratch if somebody else has already paid for that knowledge with their time, pain and mistakes. Read their work, study their moves, use their lessons. That's also Law 7. Using other people's experience so you move faster. That's why mentors matter. That's why books really matter. That's why a sharp conversation with the right person can save years of wasted motion. The third way is delegation. A lot of people talk big about success, but they don't know how to let go. They keep touching everything. They want to control everything. They want to do all the jobs that somebody else can do just as well, sometimes better, because they don't trust people. Or their ego tells them, nobody can do it like me. Maybe that's true in some cases. But if you never learn to delegate, you trap yourself. You become the bottleneck in your own life. Everything has to pass through you. That's not power, that's exhaustion with a nice title. Look, I'm going to tell you now how to spot when this law is being used on you. Watch for this. Are you the person doing most of the work while somebody else collects most of the credit? Are you always the one writing it, building it, fixing it, covering it and polishing it while somebody else becomes the name, the face or the success story? Because that's law 7. And sometimes that's fair. Sometimes the other person really is the organiser, the leader or the one who created the opportunity. But sometimes it's not fair at all. Sometimes it's just a person standing on your back. So ask yourself this, am I being developed here or am I being drained? Am I learning, growing, earning and moving forward? Or am I just helping somebody else rise while I stay in the same place? Because that question matters. If you're giving your skill, your time and your energy, but you're getting no growth, no respect, no real reward, then you're not in a partnership, you're being used. And that's the ugly side of this law. You need to see that early. This law also shows up in group projects, family, businesses, creative work, and even relationships. One person carries the emotional load, sorts the mess, keeps things together and does the hidden work. The other person walks around as if it's all happened by magic. That's still law 7. One person builds, one person benefits. So what do you do if you spot it? I'll tell you now. First, get clear on the role that you're playing. Second, asking, what are you getting back? Third, stop giving high value work for low value return. That means asking for credit. It means asking for more money. It means setting clearer terms. It can also mean leaving. Don't stay in a pattern where your effort's invisible and your value's treated as free. Look, there's a real deep part to this law. The people who win big are rarely the ones who do all the tasks. They're usually the ones who knows how to gather talent, direct the talent and turn talent into results. That's why the law matters so much. It teaches you to think beyond your effort because effort matters. Organised effort, however, is stronger. Your hands can build one thing. The right team can build 10. Your brain can solve one problem. The right minds around you can solve 50. That's leverage, that's scale, that's power. But don't forget this. If you want loyalty, give credit where it matters. If you want great people around you, treat them like great people. If you want long-term power, don't build it on pure exploitation because people work hard for a leader. They'll only be used for so long by a thief. So I'll give you law 7 in simple language. Stop trying to do every single thing yourself. Use other people's skill, knowledge and effort wisely. Build teams, borrow wisdom, delegate properly. Think bigger than your 2 hands, but also keep your eyes open. Make sure that you're not the one building somebody's kingdom for free because that's the law. Use leverage. Don't become a parasite and learn the difference fast. You think about this. Take care, stay blessed. This is the way. Namaste.